Matcha green tea has a rich, earthy flavour with a subtle sweetness and balanced bitterness. When matcha is prepared correctly, you can get a velvety smooth texture and is rejuvenating. In our video, we'll be showing you 3 methods for making matcha at home. The traditional way of using a matcha whisk, and 2 modern alternatives using a milk frother and a handheld electric whisk. In the first method, we'll demonstrate how to make matcha with a bamboo whisk. You'll need the following ingredients and tools. Start by adding hot water that's approximately 80 degrees Celsius to your chawan or tea bowl. Make sure that the water is not boiling hot, otherwise your green tea will become extremely bitter. If you don't have a temperature control kettle, you can also allow the water to cool for 2 to 3 minutes. This will help to reduce the temperature to around 80 degrees Celsius. Next, take your whisk and dip it into the tea bowl. This is to preheat both the bowl and the tines of the bamboo whisk. It's a step that you'll see matcha tea ceremony masters do, as it helps the tea bowl retain less heat during the whisking process later on. You'll want to soak the bamboo whisk in water for about 8 to 10 seconds. Then, set it aside and discard the water in the bowl. Now, wipe the bowl dry with a clean towel or paper towel. Using a Chashaku, also known as a bamboo scoop, gently take out 1 to 2 scoops of matcha powder and add it to the bowl. For a stronger taste, you can use 2 heaped scoops. If there is any excess powder on the scoop, tap it gently on the bowl to remove it. Now, pour approximately 60 milliliters of hot water that is around 80 degrees Celsius into the bowl. You can also use a fine sieve to help break up any large particles, but a matcha whisk will be able to break these up without any further help. When whisking matcha using a bamboo whisk, you'll want to hold the bowl with one hand and the bamboo whisk in the other. Using a back and forth motion, whisk the tea quickly for about 15 to 20 seconds, or until a frothy and creamy layer forms on top of the tea. Remember to use a gentle yet fast back and forth motion. This will create a smooth and frothy texture. You can think of it as whisking in a W or M shape instead of a circular motion. This is what will give your matcha that perfect foam top. Preparing matcha green tea using the traditional method is an experience in itself. So do take the time to prepare each step and enjoy your tea. You can serve this alone or with a light Japanese snack. You can still enjoy matcha without a whisk by using a milk frother as a convenient alternative. This method is also great if you prefer a quicker and easier way to prepare matcha. Start by adding cold water to your milk frother. Next, using a teaspoon, add 1/4 to 1/2 a teaspoon of matcha powder, or as much as you like. Now, turn on your milk frother and let it run its course on the shortest and lowest heat setting possible. The reason this works is because the machine aerates the matcha and mixes this together without a whisk. But we wouldn't recommend using any milk frother, as some have a higher temperature setting which might ruin the taste of the matcha. We suggest only using a milk frother that mentions it can be used for making green tea, or if the manual mentions the exact temperature it will heat up to. If you have a handheld frother or electric whisk, you can also use this to make matcha at home. Start by adding in your matcha powder to a tall mug or glass. Then add in your water, which should be around 80 degrees Celsius. Place your electric whisk inside and turn it on. Make sure to move it in a gentle up and down motion, which will create that frothy goodness we all love. This should also take around 15 to 20 seconds, just like the traditional method to making matcha. Whether you choose the traditional matcha whisk method, the milk frother method, or using an electric handheld whisk, all techniques will give you a good cup of matcha green tea. Based on our experience, the milk frother method doesn't produce the same creamy texture compared to the traditional method and is nicer to use when making matcha latte instead. Personally, we love making matcha using a bamboo whisk, but when we're stuck for time, we'd go for the electric whisk. So, find the method that suits you best and start enjoying this classic Japanese tea in the comfort of your own home. If you want to see more ways to use matcha, subscribe to our channel for more.